Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. So today this is again a short video and I will be showing you guys how to apply for the USMLE Step 1 and 2CK in the FSMB portal, right? So you must be now familiar with the fact if you are in the USMLE journey that an FSMB ECFMG transition has recently occurred, right? So January 12th was the day when the phase one of the transition, as they are calling it, the phase one was completed. So now, of course, a brief summary is that FSMB has replaced. Uh, FSMB has now been introduced. In fact, it has not replaced anything. So MyIntealth initially replaced ECFMG, and now because I think it was a lot for MyIntealth to handle the USMD services and the match cycle and the ERAS and the Epic services. So now what they did was they sort of distributed their services. So now they handed over the USMD services to the FSMB. So I explained that in my previous video. Uh, if you want an explanation of all of this, this was explained in my previous video on what you should do and what you should know about the transition and what you should do as a student or as a newcomer or as a graduate and what you should do. So if you haven't seen that video, please go watch that. I had to create this video today because most of our students are students that are preparing for step one or students that are getting now just started with their journey in the USMLE pathway. So now I had to create a video in which I had to explain on how to start and how to get yourself in it, right? So first of all, in the last video, I had explained for the people that are already registered members on what they should do for someone who has already given their step 1 or 2CK and they want to give another exam. So if you are in the USMLE pathway, if you are about to give any exam or you want to give any exam, so that video is for you. This video is strictly for people that are new, for newcomers, right? So if you are a complete newcomer, what you should do. Okay. First of all, let's get this out of the way that people that had registered for MyIntealth. So let's just start from the beginning, right? So what you have to do is first of all, uh, you have to register on MyIntealth, right? So if you're completely new, what you need to do is you need to go to MyIntealth website and you have to uh, go to the applicant portal and go to the Access MyIntealth. So this is someone who's completely new, right? Who's just starting the journey, who's just starting the pathway, right? So you have to go over here and what you have to do is you have to click on the don't have a MyIntealth account, right? So from here onwards, or what is going to happen is that first they're going to ask your email. They're going to just ask some basic information. You have to keep in mind that the basic information that you fill, your name, your email, your password, your date of birth, everything should match the details that are in your passport. So this is for the IMGs that are applying through MyIntealth, right? Of course, for people that for American graduates, you don't really need to match things with your passport. You need to match things with your social security number in the US or whatever you have uh, as an alternative document. But for IMGs, they need to match everything according to their profile, right? According to their passport. So if I go to my mail, maybe I can walk you through this pathway. So if I write my mail over here and send a verification code, so now they've sent me a verification code. I'm just going to wait for them to send it. Yes, so this is over here. So send it, copy it, and then paste it. We'll verify the code, and then we will continue, right? So now, of course, this is the basic information that is to be filled, right? This is the explanation that they have provided. Of course, this last name, surname, this should be strictly uh, according to your passport. What is written in your passport should be written over here, right? Now, once you create the account, your account will be created. All right, so your account is going to be created, and what will happen is, if I could show you, so this would be the page that you come to after creating your account, right? Now, of course, what will happen is that you will not be ECFMG, you will not be registered. So your account is created, but you will not be registered. So to register, what you need to do is uh, you need to go to services over here, and you need to go towards the ECFMG services. So what will happen is, if I go to my document right over here, so what will happen is, let's edit it. So what will happen is that you go to MyIntealth, right? So go to MyIntealth, and then you first create an account, and then what you do is create an account, and then what you do is just trying to make this format real quick, just trying to make it organized. So create an account. So now what you need to do is, after creating an account, you need to register yourself. So for registering yourself, you need to go to the services, and then you need to go to the register for ECFMG option, and you go towards that. Then of course it will open an application where you have to fill an application again with your basic information, your university, where you studied from, what is your year, starting year, ending year. Obviously all of that you're very familiar with. I don't think I need to show that, but you have to go through that process. Once you go through that process, you would have to pay 500 USD or 560, whatever it is. You have to pay for that, and then wait for the confirmation. So wait for the confirmation of your application submission. So this would not be the confirmation of your registration. This would just be the confirmation of your application submission, that your application has been submitted, right? So once your application has been submitted, so the application has been submitted, then you have to wait for the uh, notary email, right? So you wait for the notary email, right? So once you wait for the notary email, you get notarized. For example, then you get notarized, and then you will wait for another email. So wait for another email stating that you are confirmed and registered, right? So this was the part where you would get your form 186, and then you get registered, right? So everything would be completed till now, or this was the part where you would get your certification of identification, right? So after this is done, right? After this is done, then you are MyIntealth registered. So now you have a MyIntealth account. You will get a MyIntealth ID. So now you will have a working MyIntealth ID, right? So this is the working MyIntealth application portal, right? So you will get an ID over here. So this would be there since the very first when you've created your account. This would be there, but this will not work unless you don't complete the whole process. You don't pay them the money, and they don't register you, they don't confirm it, this would not work. So after everything is done, then this ID would work. So what you will do is you will uh, copy this ID, you will remember it, and then we will use that to go for the FSMB thing. So now this is done. So now what you need to do is you need to create an account on FSMB. I have already showed the complete process in my previous video where you on how to create an FSMB account. I have walked you through it and I've shown the complete process. I've walked through the whole form, the whole application. I've filled it in the video. So please visit that and view it from that video. You will get the complete idea. So once you create the account, I've also written the things over here. So once you create it, you enter your username, your password, your email, you get a verification code. This is just easy stuff that you've done, right? So of course, when you'll be creating your account, there will be two steps. The first step will ask for your general email address, password, username. The second step would ask for your identifier, right? When they ask you for your identifier, there are going to be four blanks. Um, they will either ask for your social security number, they will ask for your ECFMG ID, or they will ask for your MyIntealth ID. And there was a fourth thing that was not related to us, but they will also ask. So as far as the IMG and IMG is concerned, you need to enter your MyIntealth ID that I just showed you guys. You will enter it, and then FSMB would understand that now this is the candidate that we will be looking for, right? So this is very important that you first register on MyIntealth. You pay them cash, $560. You get notarized, everything is done, and then you take your ID and then paste it over here. So that's the important step. If, however, the system cannot locate you in the FSMB database using the provided information, you will be asked to confirm your details and supply additional information. So if I can show you, uh, let's sign in. So I have my FSMB opened here. So let's sign in, and I'll enter my username, and I'll sign in, right? So after signing in, right, you go to the USMLE page. Once you're at the USMLE page, what they will do is, if they cannot locate you in the FSMB database, they would ask you to confirm your details, right? So this is loading, and this takes almost an hour to load. Oh, well, a miracle! But they've again logged me out, so I need to log in again. So the website is still in the works. It's not polished enough up till now, but it is still working a bit. So I guess till this is doing its thing, we discuss. Okay, so now it's logged in. So I'm here now. Of course, they have located all of my database, so you can see that this all of this is done, right? So this all of this is done, right? But this would not be there for you guys once you log in. So once you log in, if the system cannot locate you, if it will work, but if it does not locate you, it will ask to update your name and contact information. This is what they're going to ask you to do. Once you do that, you have to enter your medical school and everything. They will attempt to locate you again using this expanded information. So once you are successful, then you are able to again log in and uh, use your account. If you are still unsuccessful, if you are still unsuccessful, you will be asked yourself to complete an identity verification process, right? Upload, so you have to upload an passport or anything for to complete this process. But this would not happen if you already have a working MyIntealth ID. If you have this working ID, you won't have to go through that process. So that is why I'm reiterating that you should first get registered in the MyIntealth portal and then go for the FSMB portal instead of doing it the other way around, right? So a lot of people are creating their FSMB account first and then they're going towards the MyIntealth account. That's not what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now applying for the step one and two CK, right? So again, I cannot show you that unfortunately because I have already done step one and two CK, right? So I cannot do that, but it's very easy and I explain it to you. And if there still is any problem, then please contact me on our Instagram page. I've showed that in the last video as well. I'm going to show it today. A lot of people have contacted us and they have received help uh, from us. So you can contact my our Instagram page. Me and my friend are the co-founders. So you contact us, you message us, and you either comment down in the video below. We will answer any questions you have, or if a lot of people want to see how to register, then we will maybe create a video on it showcasing on how to do it. But so now you're here, and let's say for example you want to go and register for step one, right? So when you're at this step one section over here, they're going to ask you to register for step one. So in my case, everything is done. You can see everything is checked, right? But they're going to ask you to register for step one. So this part over here, this is going to be clickable. This is going to be a link. Oh, I cannot click it right now. I can only select it, but this would be a link. Like I can select these, I can click on these, right? So it will be a link like this. So you register for step one. You obviously fill the application, right? So let's just say well, whatever I did here. So of course, to access the step one and step two application. So after you click over here to access the application, you must successfully complete two eligibility verification checks. So first of all, you need to identify the match with MyIntealth, which would already be done. So this is not something that you would have a problem with. And you would also have to be initially verified through MyIntealth, which would also be done because now you're notarized and you are verified. So your ECFMG certification, this is the Form 186 certification. So you need to understand that ECFMG certification is the Form 186 certification, that certification that is initially given to the student. This is not the certification through which you apply for the match. All right, this is not that. That is a different certification. This certification is the one that you initially do, for which you have to pay for $500, right? So since all of these, both of these steps are done because you are listening to me, now you won't have any problem. So you go to the portal, you log in, and you perform the eligibility test. Now, if it is unsuccessful, the system FSMB system would perform an eligibility verification first. If it is again unsuccessful, an error message will appear on instructions how to resolve this issue. Uh, they would either tell you to send your passport, they would either tell you to verify this through your university, but they will give you an error message and it will be done, right? It will be done. The system would eligibility system would resolve your problem, all right? You won't get stuck. Once the match has been completed successfully, if you've been following along the instructions, you should not have any problem at this point. But if some you have done something uh, before and after, if you've jumbled up the order of the things, then you might have to face some problems. But we will guide through that. So again, it's saying that you have to see three tabs and all of that. So it's completely done for. So once you register for the step one, you complete the application. Then you have to pay, of course, pay for the application you completed. Everything is going to be done. Everything is going to be in a format, in a form order. Everything is going to be in a specific form order. So like you had to fill a step one application before, the same process you will have to do again. Everything is just the same, and nothing has been changed. Just the website has changed. So FSMB will send email notifications during the application process, such as issues verifying medical school enrollment. So after you fill the application, you pay for the exam. Then you will get an email that your application has been filled and they have received your application. After that, after some days, after maybe 4 to 5 days, they will ask you to verify your application from the university. So you have to go to the university, the medical school, and you have to verify your identification from there, from your school. And once they give the go ahead, then they will send you they will send you an email that your status has been updated, and now you also have to wait a few more days. After a few more days, they will send you another email stating that you have been registered, and then you will have your scheduling permit, and then you will schedule the test. You will take the test and hopefully pass the test, right? So that's it. So Again, you can keep on checking your status from this website in itself. So over here, after you've registered for step one and you're waiting for your eligibility update emails, you can come here and you can just go to the form, and you can over here you can view your status on where your application has been and what updates have been done, right? It is a bit difficult to show the whole process because people do not tend not to share their account with us for confidentiality purposes. But if enough people are having problems, I think we can get an account and we can go through the whole process if you want. So this is how you register for step one and 2CK. For graduates, of course, it is a whole other, the graduate thing is a completely different story. But something that I must tell you is that you can, uh, once you register to MyIntealth, you also have to upload your degree to MyIntealth, right? You have to upload your degree there and you have to verify your degree. That will cost you another $200, I think, but you have to do that. Once you do that, then your MyIntealth ID will be occurring. So let's say, for example, you're a graduate, and again, it's a completely different story there. So I don't want to mix things up. Maybe I'll create another video for that if you guys want it, but it's a completely different thing. So for step one and 2CK, this is the same order that you're going to go for, and you can also register. You can also be taken in. They can also be taken in any order, so it's not a problem. And they both of the exams can be applied for on the same day, but each application should be completed separately and should be paid for separately, right? This is it. I think this might give you a bit of a hint. All of this has been taken from the FSMB. Has we've contacted FSMB a couple of times now. ECFMG, I've called them. I've spoken to them. All of this information is taken from their own website, from their own emails, and from their own customer care individuals that will receive your call and will guide you. So these are the resources. These are the sources, I should say, of my information, and everything is there available on the internet. I've just compiled it and made it easier for you guys. Maybe showed a demonstration so that it might get a bit easier. But everything is available on the internet. And I wish you all the best. Please ask your questions below. Thank you.